the harder they fall, Tom thought. True. There was a slight overtone of surprise in Center's dispassionate machine voice. More images, war flickering between the stars, mutiny, secession. Bellvue's net flaring into plasma. The remnants of Federation units turning feral when they were cut off here, bringing civilization down in a welter of thermonuclear fire. Swift decay into barbarism for most areas, a pathetic remnant of ancient knowledge preserved in the civil government and the colony, degenerating into superstition. Now 1,000 years and more had passed, and a tentative rebirth stirred. Cycles within cycles, Center said. The overall trend is still toward maximum entropy, unless my intervention can alter the parameters. 15,000 years will pass until the ascendant phase of the next overall historical period. An image eerily familiar, for he had seen it with his own eyes as well as through Center's senses. 2 young men out exploring the ancient catacombs beneath the governor's palace in East Residence. Unlikely friends. Tom Poplinich, grandson of the last Poplinich governor. A slight young man in a patrician's hunting outfit of tweed. Raj Whitehall, tall, with a swordsman's shoulders and wrists. Guard to the reigning Baron Claret, and like him from distant Descott County, source of the civil government's finest soldiers. Once again he saw them discover the bones outside the Centrum, the bones of those Center had considered and rejected as its agents in the world. Raj will do it, Tom thought. If any man can reunite the world, he can. If any man can, Center agreed. The probability of success is less than 45% plus or minus 3, even with my assistance. He's already beaten back the colony. The Battle of Sandoral had been the greatest victory the civil government had won in generations. Destroyed the squadron. The squadron and its admirals had held the Southern Territories for more than a century, the most recent of the military governments to come down out of the barbarous base area. And he's beating the brigade. The 591st Provisional Brigade were the strongest of the barbarians, and they held Old Residence, the original seat of the civil government at the western end of the Midworld Sea. To date, Center acknowledged, he has taken the Crown Peninsula and Lion City. The more difficult battles remain. Men follow Raj, Tom said quietly. Not only that, he makes them do things beyond themselves. He paused. What really worries me is Baron Claret. He doesn't deserve a man like Raj serving him. And that nephew he sent along on this campaign is worse. Cabot Claret is more able than his uncle, and less a prisoner of his obsessions, Center noted. That's what worries me. Chapter 2. The cavalry were singing as they rode. The sound bawled out over the manifold thump of paws from the riding dogs, the creak of harness and squeal of ungreased wheels from the baggage train. We desk-cutters have hairy ears, we goes without our breeches, and pops our cocks with jagged rocks. We're hardy sons of bitches. Hope they're as cheerful in a month, Raj Whitehall said, looking down at the map spread over his saddlebow. His hound Horace shifted beneath him from one foot to the other, whining with impatience to be off at a gallop in the crisp fall air. Raj stroked his neck with one gauntleted hand. The commanders were gathered on a knoll, and it gave a wide view over the broad river valley below. The hoarse male chorus of the cavalry troopers sounded up from the fields. The expeditionary force snaked westward through low, rolling hills. Wagons and guns on the road, infantry in battalion columns to either side, and 5 battalions of cavalry off to the flanks. There was very little dust. It had rained yesterday, just enough to lay the ground. The infantry were making good